Virgo Daily Horoscope for May 1, 2025. As the fresh energy of May begins to unfold, Virgo, you find yourself at an interesting cosmic crossroads today. Mercury, your ruling planet, is positioned strongly in practical Taurus, enhancing your analytical abilities and bringing clarity to your communication. This alignment particularly supports professional endeavors and long-term planning. The precision you naturally possess is magnified today, making it an excellent time to tackle complex tasks that require attention to detail. With Venus dancing through curious Gemini in your career sector, your professional charm is heightened, potentially opening doors to new opportunities or recognition from superiors. The stars suggest that a casual conversation could unexpectedly lead to a valuable professional connection. Remain open to seemingly random encounters. The moon in innovative Aquarius is activating your sixth house of daily routine and health, bringing fresh inspiration to your wellness regimen. You might feel drawn to experiment with new approaches to self-care or work efficiency today. This lunar position encourages breaking free from rigid routines that no longer serve you, though your Virgo nature may initially resist such changes. Jupiter's benevolent presence in Gemini expands your professional horizons, possibly bringing news about advancement opportunities or recognition for past efforts. This expansive energy is particularly potent for Virgos working in communications, education, or analytical fields. Meanwhile, Saturn's disciplined influence from Pisces continues to restructure your relationship sector, pushing you to establish clearer boundaries and more authentic connections. This may manifest today as a serious conversation with a partner or close associate about shared responsibilities or future plans. Mars traveling through sensitive Cáncer activates your friendship and community sector, potentially bringing some emotional dynamics to group situations. You might find yourself playing the role of mediator in a heated discussion among friends or colleagues. Your natural diplomatic abilities will be valuable in smoothing ruffled feathers. Neptune in Aries is quietly influencing your eighth house of shared resources and transformation, possibly creating some uncertainty around financial matters involving others. Double-check details related to joint accounts, taxes, or investments, as there's a slight tendency toward confusion in these areas today. Pluto's retrograde movement through Aquarius is bringing deeper awareness to health matters and daily work routines, possibly revealing power dynamics that need addressing. Pay attention to subtle tensions in workplace relationships, as they contain important information about necessary changes. In matters of the heart, Venus in Gemini creates a mentally stimulating atmosphere for romance. For attached Virgos, intellectual connection with your partner is particularly satisfying today. Consider engaging in a thought-provoking discussion or planning a cultural outing together. Single Virgos might find attraction beginning through mental connection, possibly with someone from a professional setting or educational background. Financially, Mercury in Taurus brings sharp insight for money management. The stars favor practical financial decisions today, particularly those related to long-term security and gradual wealth building. Avoid impulsive purchases and focus on value over flashiness. Your health requires particular attention to nervous system balance today. The Aquarius moon can sometimes create restless energy that manifests as digestive sensitivity for Virgo. Incorporate grounding practices like spending time in nature, enjoying nourishing meals without rushing, and perhaps some gentle yoga to center yourself. Your organizational talents are especially strong today, making this an excellent time to tackle that project you've been putting off, whether it's reorganizing your digital files, planning your summer schedule, or finally addressing that cluttered space that's been bothering you. Communication flows smoothly with Mercury's favorable position, though you may need to consciously soften your delivery to avoid coming across as overly critical. Your helpful intentions can sometimes be misinterpreted, so lead with empathy before offering solutions. A surprising insight regarding a family matter may emerge late in the day as the moon forms an aspect with Uranus. This revelation could help you understand a recurring pattern or resolve a long-standing issue. Your spiritual awareness is quietly developing under Neptune's influence. You might feel drawn to explore practices that connect you to something larger than yourself, perhaps through meditation, creative visualization, or simply spending quiet moments in reflection. As the day concludes, take a moment to acknowledge the progress you've made, even in small matters. Virgo's tendency toward perfectionism can sometimes blind you to your accomplishments, but today's planetary energies support recognizing and celebrating incremental growth. Your daily mantra for May 1st. I balance practical action with openness to unexpected possibilities, trusting in my ability to adapt with grace. The planetary positions for Virgo on May 1st, 2025, create a fascinating celestial landscape that will significantly influence your day. The Sun has progressed into Taurus, positioned in your ninth house of higher learning, philosophy, and long-distance travel. This placement illuminates your desire for expansion of knowledge and broadening your intellectual horizons. You may feel drawn to educational pursuits or philosophical discussions that challenge your methodical Virgo mindset with new perspectives. The earthy trine between the Sun and your Virgo energy creates a harmonious flow, making it easier to integrate new concepts without feeling overwhelmed. The stable Taurian influence helps ground your thoughts even as you explore unfamiliar territory. Mercury, your ruling planet, finds itself in Aries in your eighth house of shared resources, transformation, and intimate connections. This creates an interesting dynamic, as the typically impulsive Aries energy is channeled through your analytical ruler. You'll likely feel more direct and decisive about financial collaborations, investments, or emotional entanglements than usual. Mercury forms a sextile with Jupiter in Gemini, expanding your mental agility and creating opportunities for beneficial communications regarding career matters. This aspect particularly supports presenting ideas to authority figures or the public. The Moon in Cáncer occupies your 11th house of community, friendships, and long-term goals, forming a trine to Neptune in Pisces in your 7th house. This watery, intuitive connection heightens your emotional intelligence when dealing with groups and close relationships. You may experience surprising intuitive hits about the needs of friends or colleagues before they express them verbally. Venus, positioned in Gemini in your 10th house of career and public reputation, brings a charming, adaptable energy to your professional endeavors. This placement suggests you'll be particularly effective at communicating your ideas and building rapport with colleagues and superiors. Venus forms a square to Neptune, however, which requires caution against idealizing professional situations or relationships. Mars in Aquarius activates your 6th house of daily work, health routines, and service. This energetic placement brings innovative approaches to your day-to-day tasks and might inspire you to revolutionize your health regimens or work methodologies. The Aquarian influence encourages breaking free from restrictive routines while still maintaining the structure that Virgo craves. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and opportunity, continues its journey through Gemini in your 10th house of career and public standing. This beneficial placement has been opening doors for professional growth, possibly bringing recognition from authority figures or opportunities to showcase your analytical abilities to a wider audience. Saturn in Pisces occupies your 7th house of partnerships and significant relationships, bringing a sobering, structuring energy to your one-to-one connections. This transit has been teaching you important lessons about boundaries, commitment, and the reality of relationships beyond idealization. The current square between Saturn and your natal Sun may feel restrictive, but is helping you clarify your authentic identity within partnerships. Uranus in Taurus continues its long-term residence in your 9th house, bringing unexpected developments to your belief systems, educational pursuits, and possibly creating opportunities for sudden travel or exposure to foreign cultures. This placement supports breaking free from dogmatic thinking while still respecting the practical application of knowledge that Virgo values. Neptune in Pisces occupies your 7th house alongside Saturn, creating a complex dynamic in your relationship sector. While Saturn brings structure and reality checks, Neptune adds compassion, spiritual connection, and sometimes confusion. This combination asks you to balance pragmatic relationship assessments with empathy and understanding. Pluto, having recently entered Aquarius, is beginning its transformative journey through your sixth house of daily work, health, and service. This powerful placement is gradually reshaping your relationship to your body, your work habits, and your desire to be of service. You may feel compelled to eliminate toxic elements from your daily routines or workplace environment. The North Node in Pisces in your seventh house indicates that your soul's growth path involves developing more compassionate, intuitive connections with partners and close allies. This evolutionary direction may feel challenging for your earth-oriented nature, but offers profound spiritual and emotional rewards when embraced. Looking at specific aspects today, the Mercury-Jupiter sextile offers optimal conditions for communications about shared resources, particularly if negotiations or contracts need revision. The Moon-Neptune trine enhances your intuitive connection to groups and communities, making it an excellent day for collaborative creative projects or humanitarian efforts. The Venus-Neptune square suggests being cautious about financial decisions in your career sector. Verify facts and figures before making commitments. For Virgo specifically, the current planetary positions emphasize a balance between your natural analytical abilities and the need to trust intuitive processes. Your methodical approach is supported by the earthy Taurus sun, while the Cancerian moon encourages emotional intelligence alongside logical assessment. Your ruling planet Mercury in fiery Aries is pushing you to make decisions more quickly than might be comfortable, but the supportive aspect to Jupiter suggests that calculated risks in communication can pay off handsomely now. As May begins, Virgos experience a remarkable shift in their communication landscape. Mercury, your ruling planet, forms an auspicious trine with Saturn in Pisces, bringing unprecedented clarity to your expressions. This alignment particularly strengthens your written communication. Emails, messages, and documents you craft today carry a persuasive precision that others find compelling. Your words seem to land exactly as intended, a refreshing change from the miscommunications that occasionally plague your interactions. The moon in Gemini activates your 10th house of career and public image, suggesting that professional communications receive cosmic amplification today. Presentations, meetings, and important conversations with authority figures are especially favored. Your analytical abilities shine through, allowing you to articulate complex concepts with admirable simplicity. Colleagues and superiors not only understand your ideas, but recognize the methodical brilliance behind them. Venus and Mars create an interesting dynamic in your 9th house of higher learning, encouraging you to express thoughts you'd typically keep private. There's a philosophical depth to your conversations today that reveals your inner wisdom. For typically reserved Virgos, this represents a rare opportunity to voice perspectives on larger life questions, enriching your intellectual connections with others. Pluto's ongoing retrograde in Aquarius influences your 6th house of daily work and service, highlighting transformation in workplace communications. You may find yourself rethinking how you express expectations or delegate tasks. The cosmos supports restructuring communication systems that no longer serve efficiency. Consider implementing new methods of information, sharing that align with your natural gift for improvement. Jupiter's position amplifies your capacity for diplomatic expression. Conversations that might typically trigger your critical nature instead inspire thoughtful dialogue. You're able to offer constructive feedback without activating defensiveness in others. A delicate balance you strike with unusual ease today. This makes May 1st particularly favorable for mentoring conversations or providing guidance to those who respect your expertise. Neptune's influence adds a curious element to your communication style today. While Virgos typically pride themselves on clarity and precision, There's a poetic quality to your expression that weaves in alongside your analytical approach. You might surprise yourself by using metaphors or storytelling to illustrate points that would typically be presented with straightforward facts. This integration of left and right brain communication makes your insights particularly memorable. For Virgos in creative fields, Mercury's position supports translating abstract concepts into tangible expressions. Writers find words flowing naturally. Teachers convey lessons with exceptional clarity, and those in technical fields can explain complex systems in accessible ways. The stars align to help you bridge the gap between detailed understanding and effective communication, your perpetual goal as a Mercury-ruled sign. Communication within close relationships benefits from Chiron's healing aspect. Conversations with partners, family members, or close friends access deeper emotional territories without triggering the discomfort you sometimes feel when expressing sentiments. There's a therapeutic quality to your exchanges today, allowing for resolution of lingering misunderstandings or unspoken concerns. Digital communications receive particular cosmic support. Your social media posts, emails, and virtual presentations carry an authority and authenticity that resonates widely. If you've been hesitating to share an important message with a larger audience, today's planetary alignment offers the perfect environment for meaningful online engagement. Your listening skills are equally enhanced. You'll notice subtle inflections and unspoken messages that might typically escape attention. This receptivity strengthens two-way communication, as others feel genuinely understood in your presence. For analytical Virgos, who sometimes focus more on formulating responses than truly hearing others, this represents valuable interpersonal growth. The North Node in Aries activates your 8th house, suggesting that communications about shared resources, investments, or intimate matters prove especially consequential today. Conversations you initiate regarding finances or emotional vulnerabilities establish important foundations for future security. Your practical insights help others navigate complex territories with greater confidence. As the day progresses, Mercury forms a subtle but significant sextile with the Moon, harmonizing your logical thought processes with emotional intelligence. This balance creates a communication style that respects both facts and feelings, the sweet spot where Virgo thrives. Express your truth with both precision and compassion, knowing the stars support your most authentic voice. On May 1st, 2025, Virgo's financial landscape appears particularly promising as Mercury, your ruling planet, forms a favorable trine with Jupiter in your 8th house of shared resources and investments. This powerful alignment creates an exceptional day for financial growth and opportunity that shouldn't be overlooked. The morning hours bring a surge of analytical clarity, allowing you to spot patterns in financial data that others might miss. Your natural attention to detail serves you particularly well today, especially between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the Moon in Capricorn strengthens your practical decision-making abilities. This earthy influence complements your methodical approach to money management, creating perfect conditions for budget reviews and investment planning. Venus, positioned in your career sector, suggests that financial opportunities may come through professional connections or recognition from authority figures. Don't be surprised if a past project finally yields monetary rewards today. The financial seeds you've carefully planted over the past 6 months are beginning to sprout in meaningful ways. Saturn's position indicates that disciplined approaches to money will be especially rewarded now. This isn't a day for impulsive spending or risky gambles, but rather for calculated moves that leverage your inherent practicality. Pay particular attention to communications regarding shared financial matters, as Neptune's influence could slightly cloud certain details if you don't maintain your typical Virgoan thoroughness. The afternoon brings an opportunity to restructure payment plans or negotiate better terms on loans or mortgages. Financial institutions seem particularly receptive to your inquiries today. If you've been considering refinancing or consolidating debt, the planetary energies strongly support taking those initial steps. For Virgos working in financial sectors, client interactions prove especially fruitful, potentially opening doors to new revenue streams. The day's energy also supports collaborative financial endeavors, particularly with water signs, Cáncer, Scorpio, Pisces, who can complement your practical approach with intuitive insights about market trends. A surprising message around 4 p.m. may contain information about a forgotten account or overlooked resource that could bolster your financial position. Pluto's influence in your sixth house enhances your ability to transform mundane financial tasks into opportunities for growth. Consider reviewing subscription services and recurring expenses. You're likely to find efficiency improvements that could save considerable sums over time. For Virgos considering investments, technology and communication sectors show particular promise under today's planetary aspects. However, health-related industries also receive favorable aspects, making them worth investigating for potential growth. Jupiter's expansive energy specifically highlights educational investments, whether that means funding additional training for yourself or investing in learning-oriented businesses. Mercury's clear communication channels make this an ideal day for financial discussions with partners, both business and personal. Misunderstandings about money that may have lingered can now be resolved with unusual ease. The evening hours are particularly suited for long-term financial planning, as the moon's aspects support visualization of future security. Take time to update your 5-year financial goals with the practical steps needed to achieve them. For Virgos involved in family businesses, today brings opportunities to improve operational efficiency in ways that directly impact profit margins. Look closely at supply chains or vendor relationships that could be optimized. The day carries a subtle warning against overcomplicating financial systems. Your tendency toward perfectionism could lead to unnecessary complexity if not kept in check. The simplest solution may actually yield the best financial results today. As the day concludes, make notes of any financial insights that came intuitively, as tomorrow's lunar shift may make these realizations harder to access. The seeds planted today, particularly regarding passive income streams, have substantial potential to grow over the coming quarter. Overall, May 1st represents a financial alignment day that plays to your natural strengths of analysis, organization, and practical planning, offering you the chance to establish more secure and fruitful financial foundations for the months ahead. As May begins, Virgo, your most fortunate areas shine with remarkable clarity. With Mercury, your ruling planet, moving through your 9th house of higher learning and expansion, intellectual pursuits become your golden ticket today. Any form of study, research, or knowledge-seeking activities will yield exceptional results. The universe is particularly supporting academic endeavors, publishing opportunities, and cross-cultural communications. If you've been considering applying for an educational program or certification, May 1st provides cosmic backing for these initiatives. Jupiter forms a harmonious trine to your sun sign today, amplifying your natural analytical abilities and creating opportunities through precision and attention to detail. Your workspace becomes another highly fortunate zone today. Colleagues and supervisors are especially receptive to your ideas, making this an excellent day to present projects or request resources. Financial fortunate areas emerge specifically related to shared resources and investments. The 5th house activation suggests that creative projects started today have significant profit potential over the coming months. Partnerships also receive cosmic blessings. Both business and personal connections formed or strengthened today carry particularly favorable energy. Health matters see fortunate developments too, with any new wellness routines established today likely to become satisfyingly habitual. Communication becomes another area of unexpected fortune. Your words carry special weight and clarity today, making this an excellent time for important conversations, proposals, or presentations. You'll notice people are more receptive to your perspective, and misunderstandings are minimized. Technology-related matters flow smoothly today, an excellent time for upgrading systems, starting digital projects, or solving persistent technical issues. Domestic matters also receive fortunate aspects, with home improvement projects or family discussions yielding particularly positive outcomes. The day carries a special blessing for organizing and systemizing your natural Virgo talents, enhanced by cosmic alignments. Neighborhood connections and short journeys bring unexpected opportunities, so remain open to local interactions and spontaneous invitations. Service-oriented activities generate particular good fortune today, with volunteer efforts or assistance offered to others creating ripple effects of positive karma that return to you multiplied. Your intuitive abilities are heightened today, making this an excellent time to trust your gut on important matters. Any spiritual or meditative practices undertaken today establish particularly strong foundations. The evening hours are especially fortunate for social connections and networking, with casual conversations potentially leading to significant opportunities. Overall, May 1st offers you a day where your natural Virgo gifts of discernment, analysis, and practical problem-solving become your pathways to fortune. Virgos, on May 1st, 2025, your social landscape brightens significantly as Mercury forms a harmonious trine with Jupiter in fellow Earth sign Capricorn. This powerful alignment enhances your natural communication abilities and expands your social circle in unexpected ways. Your ruling planet Mercury is currently transiting through your 7th house of partnerships, making this an excellent day for meaningful one-on-one connections rather than large group gatherings. You'll find yourself naturally drawn to intellectually stimulating conversations rather than superficial small talk. With the moon in Aquarius activating your 6th house of daily routines, workplace relationships gain special significance today. A colleague who previously operated on the periphery of your awareness may suddenly become an important ally or friend. Pay attention to chance encounters in professional settings, as they have the potential to develop into valuable connections that support both your career aspirations and personal growth. Venus, currently in Gemini, forms a supportive sextile to your sun sign, enhancing your natural charm and making you more approachable than usual. Your typically reserved nature gives way to a more open and engaging social presence today. People are drawn to your analytical insights and practical wisdom, appreciating the thoughtful perspective you bring to conversations. This is an excellent day to reconnect with friends you haven't seen in some time, particularly those with whom you share intellectual interests or creative pursuits. The Aquarius moon square to Uranus may bring unexpected social invitations or surprising revelations within your friend circle. Someone's true feelings or intentions might suddenly become clear, allowing you to recalibrate a relationship that has felt somewhat unbalanced. This alignment supports authentic connections rather than obligatory social engagements. For coupled Virgos, this planetary setup encourages intellectual bonding with your partner. Consider engaging in activities that stimulate your minds together, perhaps attending a lecture, discussing a thought-provoking book, or planning a future travel experience that would expand your horizons as a couple. Single Virgos may find romantic potential through social connections related to learning, community service, or professional networking. Someone who appreciates your analytical mind and attention to detail could make their interest known today. With Saturn in Pisces forming a challenging opposition to your sign, you may need to be mindful of setting healthy boundaries in your social interactions. Your natural tendency to help others could lead to taking on too many of their problems if you're not careful. Reserve some emotional energy for yourself. The North Node in Aries is activating your 8th house of transformation, suggesting that the most meaningful social connections today will be those that encourage personal growth and evolution. You're drawn to people who challenge your thinking and push you beyond your comfort zone in constructive ways. Social media communications receive favorable energy today as Mercury's influence enhances your digital presence. A thoughtful comment or insightful post could connect you with like-minded individuals who appreciate your perspective. However, with Neptune's continuing transit through Pisces, be wary of idealizing new acquaintances or projecting qualities onto them that may not be realistic. Your natural discernment serves you well here. Community involvement gains cosmic support today, with Jupiter in Capricorn activating your fifth house of creativity and self-expression. Consider how you might contribute your organizational skills and practical insights to group endeavors that align with your values. Your ability to improve systems and processes is particularly valuable in collective settings now. Old friendships may undergo a renewal process as Pluto retrograde in Aquarius activates introspection about relationships that have stood the test of time. You may gain new appreciation for the people who have remained constants in your life through various changes and challenges. Take time to acknowledge these enduring bonds. For professional networking, today's energy supports authentic connections rather than strategic ones. Focus on genuine common interests rather than what someone might do for your career. Paradoxically, this authentic approach is likely to yield better professional outcomes in the long run. Family social dynamics receive supportive energy as well, with the Sun in Taurus illuminating your ninth house of expanded horizons. Conversations with relatives may take on a more philosophical tone than usual, allowing for deeper understanding across generational divides. As the day progresses, the Moon's approach toward Pisces suggests that evening social activities will take on a more intuitive, flowing quality. Trust your instincts about which invitations to accept and which to decline. Your emotional intelligence is heightened now, helping you navigate complex social waters with grace. Remember that your meticulousness and attention to detail are gifts you bring to your friendships and relationships. Today, these Virgo traits are especially appreciated by those in your circle who benefit from your thoughtful perspective and careful consideration. As May begins for you, Virgo, the cosmic energies are creating an interesting blend of analytical insight and emotional awareness. With the Sun firmly in Taurus, you're experiencing a natural harmony with this fellow Earth sign energy, supporting your practical nature while simultaneously encouraging you to expand your horizons. Today's planetary alignments are offering you a unique opportunity to blend your methodical approach with some well-calculated risks. Let's explore the specific guidance for navigating May 1st successfully. First and foremost, your ruling planet Mercury is forming a significant aspect with Jupiter today, expanding your mental capabilities, but potentially overwhelming your system with too many ideas at once. The advice here is clear. Keep a notebook handy throughout the day. Brilliant insights will come in waves. Capture them rather than assuming you'll remember everything. This Mercury-Jupiter connection is particularly powerful for planning future educational pursuits or travel, so allocate at least 20 minutes today to research something that expands your knowledge base. The Taurus Sun is activating your ninth house of higher learning, philosophy, and exploration. This placement suggests that routine thinking patterns could be limiting you right now. Challenge yourself to approach at least one problem from a completely different perspective today. What would someone from another culture or background suggest? How might your opposite sign, Pisces, handle this situation? This mental flexibility exercise will yield surprising results. Meanwhile, Venus in Gemini is influencing your career sector, creating a dual energy in professional matters. The advice here is to leverage your natural attention to detail while simultaneously showcasing your versatility. Today is excellent for updating your professional profiles or resume highlight both specialized skills and your ability to adapt to changing circumstances. Conversations with authority figures will go especially well if you balance respectful communication with original thinking. The Moon's position today is activating your fourth house of home and foundations, suggesting that domestic matters require some attention. Before rushing into your workday, take 15 minutes to create more harmony in your living space. Clear a desk, organize a drawer, or simply make your bed with extra care. This small act will create a subconscious foundation of order that will benefit all your activities today. Mars is providing you with additional energy, but its position suggests potential for scattered forces. The advice is to work in focused 45-minute intervals today, followed by short breaks. This structured approach will maximize productivity while preventing the burnout that comes from Virgo's tendency to push too hard for too long. Set a timer and honor these boundaries. You'll accomplish more with this disciplined approach than through continuous effort. Regarding relationships, today's aspects suggest potential misunderstandings around expectations. Before making assumptions about what others want or need, practice direct communication. Ask clarifying questions rather than filling in gaps with your own interpretations. This is especially important with close partners or colleagues with whom you have ongoing projects. Your health and well-being deserve particular attention today. The planetary positions indicate potential for nervous tension to manifest physically in your digestive system, classic Virgo territory. Incorporate mindfulness into your meals by eating without digital distractions for at least one meal today. Additionally, herbs like chamomile, peppermint, or fennel would be particularly supportive for your system right now. Financially, today's aspects suggest reviewing recurring expenses. There's likely at least one subscription or regular payment that's no longer serving its purpose. Eliminating it will create not just financial breathing room, but also psychological space. Virgos often underestimate how mental clutter from unused services can weigh on their precise minds. Spiritually, today offers a powerful opportunity to bridge practical action with higher purpose. Before beginning important tasks, take 10 seconds to set an intention for how this work serves something beyond just checking items off your list. This micro-practice aligns with Virgo's need for service, while elevating routine activities to meaningful contributions. The evening hours bring a shift in energy as the moon makes a significant aspect to Neptune. This suggests that your analytical mind would benefit from creative expression before sleep. Even if you don't consider yourself artistic, spend 10 minutes with a creative outlet doodling, writing, playing with clay, or even arranging items in an aesthetically pleasing way. This will help integrate the day's mental activities and promote more restful sleep. For those Virgos struggling with decision-making today, the stars suggest using your natural affinity for lists in a modified way. Rather than simply pros and cons, create a third column for interesting possibilities, outcomes that aren't clearly positive or negative, but that intrigue you. This approach honors your analytical nature while making space for the uncertainty that accompanies growth. In social interactions today, you might notice yourself being more reserved than usual. The current planetary positions are turning your focus inward. Rather than forcing extroversion, honor this introspective cycle by choosing one-on-one conversations over group activities when possible. The depth of connection will prove more satisfying than breadth of interaction. Looking at technology usage, today's aspects suggest being particularly mindful about information consumption. Your mercurial nature makes you vulnerable to information overload, especially with current planetary positions. Designate specific times for checking news and social media rather than allowing continuous interruptions. Your nervous system will thank you for these boundaries. Finally, as the day concludes, take a moment to acknowledge what you've accomplished rather than immediately focusing on what remains undone. Virgo's blessing and challenge is the ability to see what could be improved, but tonight, practice the discipline of completion and appreciation. Notice 3 things you did well today, no matter how small, and allow yourself to fully receive the satisfaction of these accomplishments. Virgo Daily Horoscope for May 1, 2025. As the fresh energy of May begins to unfold, Virgo, you find yourself at an interesting cosmic crossroads today. Mercury, your ruling planet, is positioned strongly in practical Taurus, enhancing your